Hello, everyone. Whoops, I'm Martine Brisson. Welcome. So today I want to talk about something that happened to lots of people at one point or the other. It's those long days at work, especially when you don't like your job, right? Maybe it's a physically tough environment. Maybe you have to deal with customers. They're not always nice. There is lots of stress. Maybe you don't like your coworkers, or you just hate your job. No, you pass it went past its sell date and you just enjoy that job anymore. And happens to lots of people. I've met many people that were in that situation. And I will start with a little story. Apparently, it's based on a real story. Apparently, in the 1660s something, Christopher Wren was building a cathedral, and he went around the construction site, and he asked one guy, he says, "Oh, what are you doing, buddy?" And the guy says, "I'm building. No, I'm working, and they were bricklayers. So I'm laying bricks because I have to feed my family." So he goes to the next guy, says, "Hey, what you're doing?" And the guy says, "Well, I'm a bricklayer, so I'm building a wall." He goes to another guy and then says, "Huh, what are you doing?" And the guy's face lit up. He says, "Oh, me, sir, I'm building a cathedral for the Almighty." So those three guys had the same job. They were three of them bricklayers, but they had a totally different lecture of the job. And it's a bit the same things with same thing for us. So sometimes we think I'll be happier when I have a different job. I'll be happier if I have a promotion. I'll be happier if I was somewhere else other than here, right? But the thing is, your well-being is not attached to the job. We're all born with calm and peace, well-being. That's our default setting, right? And then we get caught up in our thoughts. And that's what's happening very often. We forget that we're peace and love, as Jack Prensky said, and we get caught up in our thoughts. The beauty is that, I said it many times, we have an alarm system, and our alarm system is the feelings that we feel. And that feeling of stress, that feeling of hatred for the job or whatever, okay, is to remind us that we are lost in our thoughts and to remind us to come back. We cannot fix our thoughts. That's impossible, right? But the alarm system is there to remind us that we're riling ourselves up. And probably you notice that you're doing that yourself. No, you get up in the morning and then, oh, shit, 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 shit. I have to go back to that job. I have to deal again with so and so. I have to do this task that is totally meaningless and blah, blah, blah. And then you rile yourself up. And of course, you're not going to have a very good day, right? And we can all be guilty of that. Even people that actually love their job have moments like that, right? They're always a part of the job that they're not so enamored with. Oh, um, so it's part of being human. But we have this beautiful alarm system reminding us that, oh, I'm lost in my thoughts right now. So that brings us to be in the present moment. You can take mini breaks. By mini breaks, I'm talking 30 seconds, a minute at a time. That's it. Okay? So when you feel the need, you just take a deep breath. Close your eyes, take a deep breath, and hear the sounds around you. Maybe there are some smells around you. Maybe your feet on the ground. Just to come back in to come back in the now. No, not worrying about what happened in the past, not worrying what is the next task that you have to do. Just be here now. Not in front of a customer. You might think that you're about to punch him. But once the annoying person is gone, whatever hard task you have to do, maybe it's because it's a physically challenging job that you have, just take mini breaks. One deep breath at a time and brings you back in to now. Another thing we see that can happen is that people define themselves by the job they have. That's why when you go somewhere and people don't know each other, they might say, "Oh, what do you do for a living?" Sometimes it's just to make some small talk, but other times it's to gauge where you fit in the total ball, right? And it's easy to get caught up with that. But a job is just that, a job. It happened to me too. I moved a lot point in my life, and I arrived in this city, and there was no opening in my profession. I got involved with the association, and I noticed that there was no job opening. So I took a job because I speak different languages, and it was way below my pay grade, so to speak. And at first, my ego took a bit of a beating on that, but I decided to make a go. It was just a 6-month contract, and I probably did a good job because a year later there was a real opening for something that was more in line with me, and they offered it to me because I was doing the work of a week in one morning and stealing everybody's job. Anyway, so because I wanted not to be bored. So that's the thing. We define ourselves by the job title. I remember somebody who was a medical doctor, family physician, and it's more her parents who wanted her to be a doctor. But after the third depression, she kind of got the memos as well. Maybe time to move along here, and she's doing something else. Be way happier because of that. Like I said, that doesn't mean that the grass is greener on the other side, that you have to quit your job and do something else. But we are not defined by the job title. Who you are. No, you're still whole and complete. You're enough as you are, no matter the job title. I had a client a few years back who was a garbage truck driver. And he loved that. He took that job in particular was because he didn't want any responsibilities. Now, when he goes on home at the end of the day, he doesn't have any responsibilities, and he was free of doing his passion. He had a big passion for music and playing music for hours on end, jamming with friends, and just having fun, experimenting with music. And that's why he took the job of a driver. Somebody else was tired of being a manager. Now feels like babysitting sometimes. And he's now a school bus driver. Loves it. Okay? So you're not defined. Who you are is not defined by the job you're doing. And separate yourself also from the stress. Again, it's peace and love is what you are. It's already built inside of you. Yes, there are moments that are more stressful in a job. There are more moments that are more hectic. But if you can separate yourself from the stress, oh, I'm a stressed person. No, you're not a stress. You're a person who at the moment is living some stress. So, bottom line, you're whole, you're complete, you're enough, no matter what. Come back in the present moment and don't take all those thoughts seriously all the time. Like I said, we're all human. Sometimes it happens, but you don't have to take them seriously. So that's it for me today. I'll catch you next time. Cheers. Oh, and you can subscribe to the channel. Cheers.